Hey folks, my name's Liem Vu and I hope you had an amazing non-denominational winter holiday break. Now even though we're in the new decade, we can't forget about the last one, because it blessed us with a trio of brothers. I'll give you a hint, their last names start with J. No, I'm not talking about the Jonas Brothers, I'm talking about the Jarmans, otherwise known as the Cribs. Pitchfork has called them the worthy successors to the lineage of cheekily erudite Britpop. With the release of their fourth album, Ignore the Ignorant, and with the addition of Johnny Marr, who you might recognize as being from the Smiths, they're pretty much living up to their street cred. Anyways, I caught up with Ryan Jarman to talk about everything from music to bowling to proroguing. One thing about the holidays is, usually it's a time to relax. Did you actually get a chance to kind of kick back?
I did a bit because there was so much snow in London that I got snowed in for a while, so I kind of just, me and my girlfriend and our rabbit just sat in the house and watched the Twin Peaks box set and stuff like that, and just ate pistachio nuts and drank Baileys. It was good, I really liked it. It's really nice to have a bit of time off. I've got a Christmas tree as well. I bought one and carried it home, and it was massive and it was so heavy, but it was cool when I got it up. It filled half the living room. My girlfriend got me a bowling ball for Christmas. That was my Christmas present, and I went out to the local bowling alley. I was bowling it at about 2:10, something like that, and that's pretty good. When I went out over Christmas bowling, I was wearing the glove, and this guy came up to me and kind of gave me a bit of a hard time for wearing it, as if I was just being pretending I was a pro. But then when I scored about 2:10, he came up and he bought me a drink and he was like, "Sorry man, I didn't realise you were a pro." And that's a true story.
Well, as a band, you started off in small venues, and then you progressively gone to bigger ones. Was there a moment when you were kind of thinking, wait, we're actually playing bigger gigs?
Yeah. No, I think it was always it was always such a long transition that it's never been it's never really hit us I guess in England, we've been doing arenas and stuff, and we never really intended to do stuff like that, I never really kind of set the bar at oh, that's where we've got to get to or anything. I would never have been comfortable with being an overnight success anyway, you know what I mean? Because you see a lot of bands that happens to, and I think that you miss out on kind of a lot of the fun side of stuff, you know what I mean? Which is sleeping in vans or sleeping on people's floors and driving for days just to do shows to 20 people or whatever, I always found that to be fun anyway.
So your fourth album is, well, your fourth album, but it's the first for Johnny Marr. Yeah. He's from the Smiths, who joined you recently. What was that like doing the fourth album with him? Did he bring sort of a creative boost?
Yeah, because we've been a three-piece for a while, so I guess becoming a four-piece felt very fresh and exciting, especially seeing as how the parts that he was writing was exactly right for what we wanted at the time. We wanted to make a record that had more texture to it, you know what I mean, and a little more, a little bit more atmospheric and stuff, and Johnny's really good at that, so it definitely felt exciting in that way. I think one of the main things is it gives us a sense of excitement for the future too, you know what I mean, because we've only just got started, really. It feels like it. Obviously we still feel like the same band, but it kind of feels like a new start in some ways, you know what I mean?
You worked with Lee Ronaldo from Sonic Youth and Alex Capranos of Franz Ferdinand. The notion of collaboration, was it always sort of something you wanted to do with the Cribs?
It was never something that we intended to do. I mean, because we were just three brothers who hung out together, we never really thought about collaborations at all. When we were working with Lee, that was purely because we had some mutual friends, and we wrote this song. We thought, oh man, this would be really good if we had Lee Ronaldo on this track. And when we found out he was up for it, we were like, well, we should just do it, And I know that people might think that we're just trying to play with our heroes or whatever, or you know what I mean. But that's kind of a cynical way of looking at it, because we only do things that we think sound right or that we think makes viable art, you know what I mean. We don't do things for the sake.
What are your thoughts on proroguing?
On what? I have no idea. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm not ignorant at all, but I just didn't know that had happened. In fact, I will go backstage and I'll read up on it, because that's a very interesting story.